don't know what that was. Hello, welcome back to Asknikkip. I am going to jump into today's question. It says, "Hi Nikki, I have been following your channel for a couple of years and I love your advice. Thank you. I was hoping you could help me with this. My boyfriend and I have been together since the beginning of high school, and we are now in our early 20s. We both love each other very much and have a great relationship. We recently got engaged and heard mixed things from friends and family. While some are ecstatic, others seem to claim that we are too young to be jumping into marriage. My question is, did you and Dan get the same feedback when you got engaged and married so young? I know he is the one I want to spend my life with. It just can be frustrating that other people seem to feel that they know whether we should wait or not. If he and I are ready, shouldn't that be our decision to make?" Okay, so a couple things. Yes, it should be your decision to make. It's going to be your life. Yes, everyone said that to Dan and I. I mean, I had like full on like crying fights with one person and, discussions with some other people because they were so convinced that we were just too young to be getting married. And so that's normal. It's just when you get married young, you're just gonna get a lot of people saying stuff. I mean, only recently have people like stopped saying stuff and they're actually on the other side of like, wow, like you guys have been together for 6.5 years or married for 6.5 years. But it took a while because we were young. And the other thing is, though, I was going to say, my head thoughts just got a little discombobulated. When friends and family are telling you, they're speaking up about your marriage, the way that I would think you should approach it is hear them out for their reasons. If their only reason is, you're so young, you should be getting married this young, well, that's not a very good reason because I think age is kind of relative. Like crazy stuff happens to people at all different kinds of ages all around the world. Like you go back in history, people were getting married way younger. People were working way younger. It's just kind of relative. But if you ask your friends and family, like, are there any specific concerns? Is there something you're seeing I'm not seeing? That's a different thing. And I think if your friends and family really love you and have your best interest at heart, and I'm just assuming they do in this sentence, that's a good thing to hear, like why they think that there's an issue. Now, that being said, even the people that love you, they don't always know what's best for you. They're not in your shoes, and you've been with this guy for a long time. Now, I was listening to Dr. Laura the other day, and she was talking about this, that like the divorce rate among really young marriages is way higher. And she was saying that very few people can get married that young and go through the huge development that happens in your 20s and make it out the other side. And, that's something to keep in mind. But I feel like, the fact that you guys have been together this long, if you've talked about all of the practical things in life, you know how he fights, it's your life, then yeah, it is what it is. I mean, I don't really have much more to say other than that. I want to know what you guys think down in the comment section and your opinions. And, the biggest thing, I'm burping. I get too excited. I start burping. I think the biggest things before you get married to someone are to talk about everything. Be very open, be very practical, and, you don't marry someone without talking about, like, everything. Like your thoughts on religion, your thoughts on politics, your thoughts on where you're going to spend holidays, your thoughts on money, your thoughts on, like, how you each feel about, like, kids and who's going to have what jobs. And, one talk I had with Dan very seriously before we got married, well, a couple talks. I told him straight up, I was like, I don't want kids for a while. And he at the time thought he did want kids really young. For him, obviously, it turned out being something he was willing to, like, bend on. But I told him that before we got married, so it wasn't like, hey, I got married, I'm not having your kid. Bowser. Oh my gosh, Bowser. No. But these are things you want to talk about. I told him straight up, I was like, I don't want to have kids for a while, before we got married. I also told him before we got married, just so you know, I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know where everything is going to take me, but I am pretty sure I'm going to be like a working woman, and I want to be a stay-at-home mom, but I will probably be the mom that, like, is running some kind of business out of my house. I don't know what, I didn't know it was going to go to YouTube, and I don't know what's going to happen next, but I told him that, and I said, I want to know if you're going to marry me, if you really want to be with me, Are you cool with supporting me through all of that? Are you going to feel weird? Is this going to make you feel uncomfortable? You know, you want to really know that the person knows who you are going in and that you know who they are going in, and you're fully going in, eyes wide open, so that that's how you start the relationship, jumping off, being honest, open, communicating. You're coming together as two whole people, you know, you're not going to try to change the person through marriage. The person isn't going to try to change you. And if that's not the case, if you guys can't, you know, be open and honest about everything and you clash, then it's like, dude, you are young. You have plenty of time to meet someone else and get married. But if you are really open with each other and honest, and, you know, you are who you are and you communicate, yeah, I think age is kind of relative, because I think lots of difficult things are going to happen in life. People lose children, people lose spouses, people lose their job. You know, life is just kind of like that. So yeah, I feel like I'm just kind of repeating and going in circles, but that's kind of my thoughts on it. As I was saying before I went back on a tangent, your thoughts, comments, guys, leave them down below. You know, if you've been in this boat, if you are currently in this boat, if you have any opinions, you can have a different opinion. And yeah, so congratulations or good luck, I guess I would say. And yeah, so now I'm going to look at the Twitter question, and it says, how often do you shop online, and any online shopping recommendations? Okay, I don't shop that often online because I like the in-store experience. But as far as stores that I shop from, I like ASOS. I like Zara, although that's an in-store place too. And that's honestly all I can think about, because I don't do a ton of online shopping. So that's that. Yeah, leave your questions and messages with the hashtag on Twitter, Asknikkip, or send them to asknikkip@gmail.com, and I will see you all very soon. I hope you have an incredible rest of the day. I love you all, and I will see you soon. Bye, guys.
I heard you feeling